What's up, guys? Welcome to another video, and today I want to do something a little bit different. I actually want to do a visual breakdown of a certain music video by BTS, and that video is I Need You, because before I get to reacting and developing different theories about all these other ones, because we all know there's a million theories out there, because up next obviously is I think the prologue, so I think that comes after I Need You, and then it's Run and Young Forever. I may have to check up on that. Yeah, maybe correct me in the comments below. But the point is, I know that they are all stringed together specifically, and so I'm definitely gonna, have to grasp how they all connect and everything. I just wanted to do a visual breakdown of it though, because I want us to all really appreciate the true meaning and depth behind each image that they use in this video, because they are all important and they have all impacted many of our lives. Because I think while those theories, are cool and everything, I think the real important meaning behind the song is that I Need You shows a bridge. The bridge between youth and adulthood, and how hard it is to traverse that bridge, and that youth, in its beauty, is fleeting. And while we love it, it can be one of the hardest things to let go of. So the video starts off with Jin holding flower petals in a white room. And obviously I think that's why a lot of people think that he dyed white. Oftentimes symbolizes heaven, the afterlife, something with angels, etc. But then we have J-Hope looking into a mirror in a very grungy room. Then we have Jungkook. Jungkook is walking across a bridge. Now that bridge can obviously again be seen as that bridge between adulthood and youth. And then V is alone. V is contemplating where he is and what he's doing, and you can tell that he has issues at home. A huge part of going into adulthood is oftentimes dealing with your home life and really understanding the wrongs that are happening by the people that may have raised you, which conflicts everything else you've learned, because you thought that everything that your parents say is right. So now that you're starting to realize that there is something wrong, it really bothers you. And then we have Suga in this motel. Now the motel is important because in dreams especially, a motel signals a transitional phase. If you're ever having a dream and you are in a motel, it signals that you're in a transitional phase. Exactly what this song is about. They are in a transitional phase between adulthood and youth, or vice versa rather. And then we have RM. RM seems to be working a job that likely he'll be working for a while. Maybe he's not going to college. Maybe this is going to be his life. He's nonchalant about it. Maybe he's just accepted his face. Maybe that sucker represents that life is not so sweet, but he's still trying to find the best out of it.
그만할래 이제 나 안 가져 못하겠어 뭐 같아서 제발 핑계 같은 건 삼가져.
So obviously that opening scene right there, I think is just showcases how each of them are adjusting to life in their own ways. In my opinion right here, Suga is a very passionate person, and that is actually the meaning of the fire behind him. And in this transitional phase, he doesn't know what to do with himself with all his passion, which is why he looks angsty on the bed, as if he can't really stop himself from moving and just trying to find something. Now this is one of the more heartbreaking scenes in the music video, because J-Hope swallowing these pills is something very real in South Korea, not just in this music video. As we know, suicide is the 4th most common cause of death in South Korea. On average, 40 people commit suicide a day. That is according to an article I read in The Good Life. South Korea also has the highest suicide rate for children ages 10 to 19. And you know that that transitional phase that we've been talking about is between the ages of, let's say, 17 to 19. So what J-Hope right here is doing is he is simply a representation of what many South Koreans are going through during this time in their life. Swallowing those pills is trying to swallow away the pain. You don't know how to deal with it, and so you're trying to find relief in anything. Then we get the shot of V walking along what looks like an apartment building. Then we get the flashback to the youth during probably what were the best times of their life, when they were a group and they could just spend as much time together as they wanted. It was a flashback to a time when life was simple. Then we get in between, we get shots of Jungkook. Jungkook looks like he's walking around, he bumps into the guys. Now that is actually a scene you see a lot in anime. When somebody's upset over something, they intentionally bump into somebody because they want to be in a fight. And I know I said in anime just because I've seen that a lot. Like I saw it in Charlotte and some stuff like if you watch Charlotte, like thumbs up. I'm gonna stop going on a tangent now, I'm gonna get back to the video. So it looks like he's purposefully trying to get in a fight to take out his anger. Anger and angst is a very prominent emotion that comes into your heart whenever you're going into that transitional phase between youth and adulthood. And so Jungkook Jungkook trying to square up one time. He's trying to, you know, throw them hands, Jungkook style, and these guys though, he's gonna get jumped. Now, and that face, oh that face. Oh, I know there's a lyrical breakdown. I mean visual breakdown, but that face. What? So Jungkook clearly is fighting. And then we have the flower petals burning. Now that's kind of weird because you have rebirth, but then the burning of rebirth, because I guess a lot of times you can give up on your life, and I think that's kind of what that image symbolized right there. And then again we have them running because they could run away from life's problems. Then you get a picture, they're superficial, they're running away from life's problems, they're happy, they're laughing, they're fun. Life is simple. Throwing food at each other, food fight, wasting that food, irresponsible AF. Now I think the next heartbreaking scene in this has to be J-Hope. J-Hope is walking along a bridge, and that bridge, again, a bridge between adulthood and youth. Now then we have V on a bridge and looking very, very good. No homo. Okay. And then we got Jungkook straight up getting kneed in the face. Like, my boy needs to take some MMA classes because he's getting his ass whooped. He was stupid to try to get in a fight. In this scene right there, J-Hope overdoses on prescription pills and his body gives out and he dies on that bridge. He did not finish the path going from youth to adulthood. What J-Hope really symbolizes in this is that in that bridge, it is so easy to be consumed by negativity. It can be easy to be consumed by the sins of life, and it can be easy to be consumed by the illness of addiction. When you're in a low point in life, you can look for venues of escape. You can look for avenues of relief. Well, what he found, it was what at one point may have been relief, at one point may have been fun, and now it turned into something that he needed, something that was destroying his life, but he couldn't let go of. And I think that's what people forget a lot of times when we look down on people for being addicted. They don't even want to be addicted. Who wants to be addicted to something that's ruining your life? But when your body tells you that you need something, what else can you do? When you are sad and you have nothing else in life, what else are you supposed to do? I look down, I don't judge anybody because I understand life can be tough. And while they don't want to be like that, some people just are not strong, or some people maybe be strong. But the thing is, that chemical in your brain telling you that you need something is harder to overcome, and it's stronger. So in life, a lot of times, even if it by accident, you can be hooked on something and you just can't let it go no matter how much you want to. And again, I think that's what J-Hope's scene symbolizes, and I think that's why it's so important to really show. He couldn't finish. He couldn't make it to adulthood. He couldn't handle what life brought him, so he tried to swallow it. Now, Jimin's scene is perplexing because initially I thought like he was just sad, but then I look at the water. Water oftentimes symbolizes rebirth, renewal, or cleansing of sin. Now, cleansing of sin can also literally be taken as withdrawals, because if he was on some sort of substance, shaking is one of the clear indicators that you are withdrawing from something. Being in water, maybe he was trying to relax, get away from it, but he gets out of the water and he is shivering, he is trembling because he cannot get over whatever substance he was on. And then that's where J-Hope comes in, because a lot of times when you're crossing that bridge, you get away from your friends or you don't talk to your friends, and all of a sudden you realize that your friends are doing stuff that they didn't necessarily do before. They are suffering things that they didn't necessarily suffer before. Maybe Jimin in this case notices what J-Hope went through, notices or sees that J-Hope dies, and that's why he is trying to cleanse himself of the same problem that he may have. However, you can also just take it as he does not want to let go of youth. He does not want to be reborn. He does not want to be cleansed. He wants to stay the way he used to be back in his youth with his best friends. That's why he gets out of the water in the first place, and every time he's in, he's crying and he's in pain. Jin is the one I don't understand. Jin is really the one I don't understand. I don't necessarily understand what that flower represents, but again, I would imagine maybe it means death at a young age, innocence, giving up. I really do not know. And then V. Now this had me shook. This image had me shook. Now before we get into V scene, you see those alcohol bottles. I didn't realize that South Korea is the world's largest consumer of hard liquors, or rather South Koreans are the world's largest consumers of hard liquor. But this is a signal that V's dad has a drinking problem, and I now see that. And you know, and V wasn't playing any games, and V, again, dealing with the stress of life, and you know, because your mind, your judgment can be clouded, you necessarily aren't acting on reason, you are acting on instinct, you are acting on emotion, and that is what V is doing. And that's why V, in this case, stabs the shit out of him, and he straight up just kills him. And you know, maybe not the best option, but when you see that your sister was getting beat, I guess that was his protection, his protective side coming out, and that was him not acting on any reason, which again may come from going through that bridge, having questions about life, and then that just culminates in a bad decision or an irrational decision, and that is seen in him stabbing the shit out of his dad, which shook the fuck out of me. So in terms of Suga's scene, the fire, I don't think it killed him. I think it was a symbol of passion inside of his soul. The passion erupts, it consumes him and consumes the room, because it is a transitional phase again between youth and adulthood. He's anxious because he has all this passion, he has all this will to do stuff. He just doesn't know what to do with it. Like a lot of us, we have a lot of energy, we have a lot of motivation, we just don't know what to pursue. And I really think that's what Suga's going through in this scene. Let me know what you think about Jin. That is the only question I have. Jin is an interesting character in this, and I don't exactly know what to make of him. But guys, that's going to do it for this video. Let me know if you want to do more. They take a lot more effort, but I do enjoy it because I love breaking stuff down. I used to love English class and, you know, just diving into symbols, metaphors, similes, etc. So let me know if you want to see more videos like this by dropping a like down below and letting me know in the comments below. Also, subscribe if you're new here. Join the family. We're growing every day, and I really appreciate it. And above all else, remember to stay strong and love yourselves, guys. I will see y'all next video. Peace out.